All right, picture this. An icy path through farmland in northern Italy, two 20-somethings on bikes, and also a ditch. That's how Edward and I met. On this road, he zoomed past me on the way to class as I scrambled down a ditch to retrieve a water bottle. I got back on my bike and rounded the curve in the road, and there was Edward, handsome devil, waiting on me. We mention all this because the Baba's story is many things, but it is first and foremost a love story. Baba's bloomed out of our love for one another, but also our love for food, drink, the ingredients we use, our producers, gathering around the table, and our community here in Charleston. We met in Italy studying food culture. A not insignificant part of the curriculum included drinking spritzes at the local cafe, which, believe it or not, turned out to be the most important part of our education. It was on our honeymoon that we began dreaming up the spark that became Baba's, a communal gathering spot like the ones we love so much in Italy, all while knowing first and foremost how nuts we were to open up a restaurant. 2 weeks after we got married, Edward, let's just say it, got fired. So our dreams of opening up our own business together got pushed forward a little more quickly than expected. This picture is a lot of what the initial planning phase looked like. Then we found it, 11 Cannon Street, after months of searching. It spoke to us, a 750 square foot former barber shop off the main drag of King. This is Edward mapping out where the bar is today. The small footprint was part of the appeal, a place that feels cozy but vibrant, requires minimal staff, where all the cooking is done behind the bar. The build-out was truly down to the studs. It was much more involved of a transformation than we understood at first. We were on a tight budget, which meant we did a lot of the demo ourselves. I was very much a part of that until we found out about Miss Layla Crouse. This is a gratuitous baby shot. Being pregnant did give me a legit excuse to avoid painting in other parts of the build-out. She was born 5 months after we opened Baba's, and I'll tell you that having a child makes the success of your business feel that much more imperative. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Sweets.
Okay. First off, round of applause. That was like my whole life story in like 3 minutes. And also to come clean, Terry, I fully committed to this talk tonight, thinking that it was in the springtime. So another round of applause for Marie for off the cuff putting together a presentation like this. And I've thought a ton about. I've probably come, like 30 or 40 different versions of this talk have kind of come and gone, and I feel like all I really want to talk about is. Are the patrons and the team that we have kind of brought together at Baba's. This is crazy. Last time I spoke publicly was like 15 years ago, and I bawled the entire time. Okay, getting it together. But yeah, I think every day, I think every minute, I think all the time about creativity in the workspace. We came to this field because of the products and the people, but I feel like what gets me up every day at this point, especially realizing this through COVID, is the capacity to solve problems creatively and to do that with a team, to do that for patrons, and sometimes that's how do we consume 5 liters of orange wine from Campania, Italy. And the only way to do that would be to get a bunch of folks together. But sometimes, like COVID, it's much, much, much more complicated. And I think often as well about the question that I get asked all the time, which is, how have you done this? How have we done this? How has Baba's survived COVID? How is Baba's so successful? And I remind them that there's still 8 years left on the lease, and there's still plenty of time to fuck up. But I do think that the answer is always the people, is patrons that are willing to, especially when we first opened, were willing to trust us with their coffee order in the morning, but also with their martini order in the evening. I think trusting that we would handle COVID, that we would have their best interest in mind when it came to COVID, and that we would think through problems that they hadn't already. And it is the great motivator, in my mind, for creativity and for creative problem solving. The mobile ordering app, the bottled cocktails, especially bottled cocktails have always been a part of the Baba's experience, but certainly during COVID. But also just the fast casual concept, period. I think folks spend $3, $4 on a cup of coffee, $10, $12 on a cocktail. They expect more. They expect the full service, and so to trust that we need to set up the business in a way that allows us to do more with the little time and the little labor dollars that we have, so we can afford them the quality of products and the quality of service. It's just amazing to see that kind of trust. And the team, is the other big part of that. We absolutely adore the men and women that work for us. Amanda Plunkett's in the middle. She is she's at the Baba's helm every day, and she's a great example of somebody that, oh geez, I'm running out of time. She's just an incredible human, and we couldn't do what we do without people like her, and her specifically. And we want to do more of it, and so that's why this fall we're going to open up another location on Upper Meeting Street in the Go Cheap Cow that is up there. We're partnering with Patty and Trudy, because at the end of the day, we love just making people happy, and so we believe that it is kind of our future to do that more and to do that better, and so we're excited to announce that, but we're also really appreciative that you guys all showed up to this.
Thank you.